Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the originals. This is episode 10 of season 5. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. We are so close to the end of this whole entire franchise, and that does mean it is time for our most liked and disliked characters of the season 5, which you can vote in the description. And I'm really excited to see who you guys pick, because I think this season the most disliked one could be controversial, and it really exciting me. I can't wait to see everybody's opinions on it. But we also do have a poll running for the entirety of all 5 seasons for the most liked characters that we all have. So we could do 3 votes on it, and you could just pick it in any order, and it will aggregate everybody, and we can review obviously what everybody likes and which are the 3 most popular characters. So I mean, I love doing this one. It's absolutely amazing, and you do get characters that don't always get the love for the most liked of the season, because you can only pick one, but like you can get them in there as the most consistent or something, and people tend to give people, you know, a different choice when they're picking 3 characters. So I'm really excited. Now, like I said, because we're getting to the end of it, we will be starting new stuff on the channel. Obviously, Patreon are going to get it first, because obviously we rack these out quite quickly. So obviously I'm going to speak to you guys right now, but it does apply to the YouTube when you watch it. But obviously stuff might have already been out by then. So when this finishes, we will be starting Legacies. Hopefully guys enjoy that. But that's not the only thing that's going to be coming. You know, we're going to run that with a concurrent show as well, which is going to be an up-to-date Netflix one, so we can stay in the present watching all ever present new things that are being released. So right now Lucifer's been released, we can watch that. Money Heist has been released, we're going to get all that on the channel. You know, I'm going to conclude the other ones that we've done, Shadow and Bone and Elite. I know that obviously it started ages ago, I've been caught up in everything and my university work and all that stuff, but I like to finish things that we start. So we got that going, got The Witcher that's coming out. We're going to be voting, obviously you guys have been voting to whether it's going to be you or Team Wolf who's going to win the first vote. Whichever one comes second will come after it. So like I said, we'll have Money Heist, Lucifer, Elite, Team Wolf, you, The Witcher. We got Legacies. You know, that's 7 things that we can honestly start racking out and smashing out. So hopefully guys are going to be enjoying this, because we're just going to constantly keep churning them out. And yeah, hopefully you're excited for that. I'm excited for today's episode as well in the originals. Obviously now we're on episode 10, like I just said. Last episode, really interesting. Now we had the person that was working with Greta, and he's come in now. I can't remember his name, but there's a new guy in charge, and he still wants to carry on what she started, and he wants to make the vampires a superior species. You know, he wants to take out pretty much anyone that's not on their side. He went and gave Vincent an ultimatum. He was saying, look mate, you got a choice, you're either with us or you're against us, choose your side. Now actually I didn't know which side Vincent was going to possibly pick, because yeah, he just wants peace in his city, but can he trust them? And I did obviously say he's going to pick his friends. He has to. You know, Marcel, Josh, Freya, they're his friends. And he ultimately did pick them. They turned up the vampires. Vincent chose his side, Marcel. What was really clever is this guy was astral projecting, all the vampires disappeared, and he went after Ivy, who actually kissed Vincent in the last episode, which made me happy, because, you know, I really like him, and if he's happy, again, I'm happy. He's one of those, you know, if it's a character that I like that's getting something good, then it makes me happy as well. But what doesn't make me happy is he went after Ivy, and it looks like she's possibly dead, so he's just got to kiss her, and now it looks like he's lost her, which is absolutely devastating. Hopefully we get an exciting Vincent for the final few episodes. You know, we've got Keelan. You know, Freya proposed to her and they're getting married. She said yeah, which is amazing as well, because Freya, you know, she always puts everybody before herself, and now she's actually putting herself first, and she's thinking about her own feelings and her own relationship, and that excites me as well. Hopefully we get to see a wedding in the finale or whatever's, because that is we all love a good wedding, don't we? Let's hope that we ride off into the sunset and there's not actually a death going on of the characters that we love. Now we did see the episode before that Hope, she took the powers that was being possessed by all the originals and she absorbed it herself, and we didn't see the repercussions of that, but we started to see it in this episode. She's hearing voices, she's putting the bracelet on to suppress the magic, but it's burning her. You know, she's struggling with holding like the hollow or whatever it is inside of her. But what she wasn't struggling with is she was fuming at Elijah. He went over to speak to Declan, because he's come back. He's not happy that obviously Hayley's died and nobody really told him, and like he's confused that she died in a car crash that they said, and then he said they didn't even tell him that the funeral was going, and he wasn't even there to say his goodbye, which is pretty deep if you think of it that way. And Elijah went in, he was having a chat with him pretending he was a stranger. Hope come along, she was like, what are you doing here? You know, you're the reason Haley's dead, blah, blah, blah. I started fighting him. You know, she's doing all the magic-y stuff, like whipping him about here and there and all that. And then what was interesting is she ended up speaking to Klaus and she said, look, mate, it's gone. Like, the voices, the pain and all that, it's gone away. And it's kind of like when she's dealing the violence out, the anger, the inside of her, all that energy, it's suppressing it, like, once she's got it released. So I do think that is very interesting as well. Now, how we're going to finish this season, I have no idea. I'm assuming that this person carrying on Greta's story or like passion or whatever is for the vampires to be superior is going to be how we conclude. But I still feel like, I always say it, I said that I felt like Klaus, Haley and Marcel was going to die this season, and I still think that's going to happen. Now, I did say I thought Elijah was going to kill Haley, and he didn't, but he was kind of close to when how she died. And I did say that I think Klaus is going to kill Marcel as well with that dagger, but I have no I said that like last season, and I have no reason this season to believe that's going to happen. But you make a prediction, you run with it. So that's what I'm still going for as well. I still feel like the biggest impact will be Klaus dying in the final episode. And don't want that to happen, no. Do I think it's going to happen? I'm more swaying towards yes than no. But again, we'll see how it plays out because I'm really excited now. Final 4 episodes of the originals. It's been an amazing season. It's been an amazing show. And hopefully we go out with a bang. So thanks so much for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Do it again. Harder this time. You're holding back.
You really think I want to feel this way? No, you're not the one I want to hurt.
I was going to say that. I wonder if it's someone that she wants to actually physically cause pain to.
Give me a name.
Oh, here we go,
I
Roman.
told you guys to watch me, but this is getting kind of creepy, don't you think?
What, am I supposed to spend all eternity holed up in this stupid room? Will you guys just say something? Get it over with.
Oh, I'm reserving that honor for someone I love very much.
Really interesting. I'm glad that he's back in it. I was wondering what happened to him. He didn't die. Has he buried someone and they're not actually dead? Oh, they are waking. Oh, all of them are.
What happened?
And they poisoned you.
I thought I was dead.
You are.
Oh, they are the vampires. Marcel's got a new haircut. He's got like a V.
I think I'm going mad. No. Craziness runs in the family.
Before I owned this place, I worked with your cousin Cammy.
Apparently Sean and Kieran were happy as clams when they killed themselves right in the middle of the church. Figured if I could get a hold of their journals, might be able to find out what happened.
Oh, Declan, I wouldn't do that. Come on, man, you should be taking it easy, you know? Do something fun.
What do you say to me buying you a drink and you pretending to find me interesting?
Have you decided how you're going to kill him?
Oh, hey!
I want to do this alone.
Your pain is momentary comfort. I was rather hoping to be part of the show.
Not dying.
Well, consider starting small then.
Wait, you're not actually gonna leave me here with her, are you?
It's too late for Hope. Eventually the darkness is gonna overtake her and the kid you knew is gonna be no more.
I don't accept that.
Look around! All of these witches just woke up from the dead with vampire blood coursing through their veins. They have to decide whether or not they're gonna feed and live forever or end it all.
Do you know what he just said there? Sorry, that Hope is 1 kill away from triggering a werewolf curse or whatever it is. Now, that's been consistent with what we've been told in the show, which is great. But I'm sure we've seen an episode where Hope was jumping around like a wolf with Freya. She was like, look at this that I can do. And she literally leaped like well high in the air and climbed loads of barriers. Now, what was that? Like, was she being a vampire or something? I mean, I assumed automatically, obviously probably naively, that she was just all of them straight away being born because she's a tribrid. No, she didn't have to trigger it. And especially seeing her jump around. I actually don't think that she wants to cause pain to Roman. I feel like she needs to, I don't know, he's the one that stressed her out and maybe getting his feelings out. She needs to express them, use them and understand it. Do you know what I mean? And that'll help her in that way instead of like causing pain to someone.
I wasn't sure that you'd come.
Conflict between our families doesn't change the way I feel about you.
But he doesn't deserve to die. You and I both know that Roman got lost in the shadow of my mother, but she's dead now. Everything that you felt for me was real. Talk to Klaus.
Where do you stand on that? Do you think that Roman should be punished, or do you think he shouldn't? I think it's a very tough one, but I will actually go with I don't think he should be punished, because first of all, he's a kid, even though obviously he's not a kid, like, but he's a kid in the show. He's only young. He's brainwashed. He's manipulated, and you could see that when he found out what was actually going to happen, he didn't like it. He didn't. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't for it, so he was misled and misinformed and brainwashed into the situation. Now, I don't know. I do feel like he deserves to be punished, but not killed, because, like I said, it wasn't his plan, and he was brainwashed into it. Now, do you remember when he got that Henry and he was going to brick him up for a couple of years or whatever, and then bring him out? That's kind of like what this guy does. Maybe get, tortured a little bit. He's not going to die. Chain him up, leave him there, let him suffer, and then let him come out. Oh, they're going to try and extract his venom or something.
You do see the irony here. Years ago, had someone threatened you, there would have been a legion of vampires.
You are very cute and incredibly charming. In that uniform, you kind of remind me of someone. His name was E10.
To your lost love.
To all we've loved and lost.
I hope to see you around.
Oh, I wonder if Josh gets killed, man, because he's going to turn up.
But if I told you you were the reason I came to New Orleans, how the vampires live by a code of honor, loyalty to your own kind.
Being a vampire wasn't enough. You thought you could be better. And take down a hybrid, an original, even Hope Michelson, whatever she is.
I was actually going to say the only reason that you would use that is against the Michelsons, because any werewolf bite is killable to a vampire. So you would either just take any vampire, any werewolf venom, wouldn't you? So the only reason why I'm taking Marcel's is so they could take every single person out that they want to.
We feed, become vampires. I am who I am, Vincent. I was born a witch and I will die that way. I'll say my goodbyes and then I'll move on. The afterlife and the ancestral well, and it is more beautiful than you could ever imagine. The air's so thick with honeysuckle and azaleas.
There's something I gotta show you.
My sister, she wanted me to leave the country, but I wouldn't go until I got to talk to you. Taking part in your mother's capture and tricking you, that was wrong, and I know that.
And yet you did it anyway!
For years, I've been told to fear you. Every day, every night, stories of what your father did to mine. Okay, I like you, I really do. I just didn't know whether to listen to the voice in my head that said you were good, or my mother's voice, and I don't want you to forgive me. I just want you to know that I know what I did was wrong.
It's a tough one, man, because he pretty much just said he was brainwashed. Like, literally, that's a tough one, that.
So if my daughter decides to end his life, then that would make her someone who vanquishes her enemies. If this brings her some relief, then nothing else matters. Elijah, if you love that woman so much, go be with her. I have my own family to worry about. Just don't!
Don't what? Counsel you against your own worst instincts.
For 1,000 years, I've trusted you. Our lives may be forever, but our allegiance is not.
He was giving some wise counsel, but I kind of on Klaus's side this time.
Right now is one of those rare instances where you are neither of the world of the living or the world of the dead.
Hey, sick Vincent.
Préservez la vie.
Is this
the ancestral well, Ivy, okay? All of their power gets trapped right in here. We use it. But while we grow stronger, the dead just languish.
I know where I'm supposed to get my peace. Now get me out of here.
Ivy.
Get me out of here right now!
Do you think that they'll respond to your leadership?
You're asking me to take up her mantle in a war against your brother.
You have no idea what you took from me. My mother, my children's grandmother.
I lost my mother too.
What did you just say?
That looks sick.
Your arm.
She desiccating. This is interesting. I'm not even just a Hope storyline. I have no idea what's going to happen to Roman, but I actually can. It's weird. Do I feel sorry that this is happening because Haley's died? No, I really liked Haley, and I'll choose Haley over him all day, every day. But I do actually feel like he feels sorry. I do, because I actually firmly believe that he had no idea what the outcome was going to be, which is naive, and you are stupid if you do something like that and don't go in knowing the possible consequences. When they laid it out, he was like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, he had never even thought of it before. But I do think it's interesting now, Elijah, what is he doing? Again, this is like, he's kind of stressing me out. Like, I feel like he's told her to go and take in charge of them, and she's going to team up with Emmett, and then it's going to result in Klaus dying. He's not... Did he knock the king over, the queen over just then? I can't remember what, but he knocked something over as if, like, he's going to take him down. Now, why? Like, all of this because of Roman to save him, right? But she might not even kill him. He could have waited until the end of the day, and she's come out and said, look, mate, he's still alive. I've not killed him. And then what? You didn't have to do all this, Elijah. Do you know what I mean? You kind of possibly just made everything worse.
You need to rid yourself of this darkness.
I can't. He's no more guilty or responsible than me.
You're merciful. Clearly didn't get that from my side of the family. Stay here.
You might not trust me right at this moment, Niklas. You really have any other choice?
Everything was clear to me. I could close my eyes and see my peace. My father is there. And when he sees me, he takes me in his arms and he says, oh, but you're saying everything I see is a lie.
You don't belong in the well.
And I can't become a vampire.
Oh, Josh, mate, you're going to die. Maybe not. I'd say it's smart waiting. Can you not see his legs sticking out? Ah, yes, Josh.
Josh, what's wrong?
Oh, I can't be good, right?
I knew he was gonna die, man. Wait, have we had someone saved? Has someone been bit? Oh, I'm trying to think. No, wait, I don't think we have had someone saved, have we, from a bite? Lucian was killed with the power from the ancestors, but no one's actually survived the bite, have they? Ah, mate, Josh should technically be dead then. Lucian was boasting that there was no cure to it. It's crazy, man. We are ticking names off slowly off the list.
I'll call Freya.
Marcel.
No, I'm gonna get the cure.
Marcel, it's already in my heart.
But I leave town for a few years and suddenly you know everything.
I just played dumb so you put up with me. You remember the first day we met?
Yeah, you wouldn't pick up that coin. Even if it meant you died, you still wouldn't betray your friend.
I know that's the only reason you spared me that day. But now, you are my family.
Good acting, that, Josh. What has he said, mate? What has he literally said? Ah, I can't believe Josh is dying, man. We're ticking them off.
Thank you. Thanks a million. That means a lot.
Let me see if there's some more here.
My brother has been taken prisoner by the half-breed, Klaus Michelson.
We are going to end the Michelson rule. Once and for all.
Our ancestors created the ancestral well. Some sort of power so that we could survive in this place.
I must confess that I myself have recently had a change of heart.
Right now, our ancestors don't have any peace.
And for those of you who are not resolute in the belief that we are and the only true species, the time for you to leave is now.
Once we release the ancestral well, our ancestors are gonna know peace. Our magic is gonna come from the earth itself.
Now, Greta died in the name of purity. Her message lives on. You will share her fate. The road to redemption is long and winding, but worth it.
You can leave them to us now.
Let it all out.
She has literally just killed so many people. Right, has that triggered a werewolf curse? Because she's killed people that are already dead. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, if she killed a human, then she triggered a curse. But they always consistently tell us that they're dead. You know, like, I'm already dead. I'm dead. You know, what did Ivy say to Vincent before? I was born a witch. I'll die a witch. You've already died a witch, love, mate. You're actually dead right now. So, like, there's no point in going away. Transition over, you know? So, it's interesting. I didn't expect this to happen in this episode. I was going to say, mate, Elijah, I'm putting my faith in you, son. Like, literally, you better do the right thing. But he did do the right thing. It's good stuff. And Antoinette as well. Do you know what? She's actually... Has she done anything bad? We're on episode 10 now. I personally would say she's not done anything bad yet up until episode 10. She had every chance to join her mother's army side, whatever's, and she's not. So I'm very intrigued to see how him and Antoinette are going, like, literally. Now Hope was interesting then. She took them down really easy. Kind of I would have liked a fight, because I would like Marcel to get a bit of his anger out for avenging Josh, and as well Klaus as well. He loves it, you know. You didn't get your coolness from your father. That was it, you know. He loves a good fight, but she just smoked them all off. It's good. Hopefully that's helped her.
Are they all dead?
Immortality isn't for everyone.
You okay?
Marcel, why don't you and Josh gather up some vampires, get them to clean up this mess?
I'll tell you tomorrow, okay?
And I've got respect to Marcel for that, but...
They're gonna come back. Lines and the whispers.
Oh, I thought he'd come down then to go see all their body. Ah.
Can you ever forgive me for the mess that my family made?
Where'll you go?
Mom once told me that Shanghai is a safe place to hide out, so I suppose I can trust him.
If we meet again.
Sincerely hope that we do.
My father, he's here.
Do you know what, she died happy? You got to respect it. And that was a nice scene, that. It wasn't overplayed, it was good.
Yeah, to your friends, to the city, to what you believed. Rest in peace, dear friend.
Who's this? Oh. Aye, it's good. This was good. This was a nice touch. It didn't have to be there, but it's actually really nice. Ah, they've turned a sad moment happy. It's good. I really enjoyed that actually. I thought it was a nice touch. That didn't even need to be there, but it was so good.
The thing about an apology is it doesn't really mean much when your life's on the line.
That's good as well.
Hey, whatever it is you did, you can never be anything like me. And you don't deserve any of this.
If he dies, I won't just lose him. I'll end up triggering my curse.
Where's Bill?
Hey, she did kill someone. The old man, he's not surviving. Unlucky Bill. Yeah, mate. Right, I think the only way they could have made that ending better, right, is Klaus running down the stairs, Hope, Hope, and then he walks around and she's just a wolf just stood there looking at him. That would have been sick. Can't tell me it wouldn't have been. It's just like, oh, God, mate, what's going on? Ah, that was good. Nah, I actually don't mind Roman, to be honest. I actually feel sympathy for him because, again, it's just one of those things. I think he was brainwashed. I actually do think that he was sorry. And I like when Haley and Hope both explained to him that, yeah, mate, we're in the middle of nowhere. Do you think that she's going to let us walk off? You could see it. Penny dropped. He's panicking, ringing everyone. What I'm doing, shitting himself. So, like, you could, it was at that moment that I could tell that he wasn't as bad as his mum. And I do like how he come back at the end there. It's like, look, the thing about apologies is, yeah, when your life's on the line, it means nothing, you know. But I'm here and I'm sorry. Didn't have to do that. It got respected. Got respect a few things this episode, to be honest. Josh went out helping his friend as well. And I've got to say, well done to the show that you did not have to put that Aiden scene in at all. But what a nice touch it was. I thought that was very good. I really enjoyed it. Fantastic touch, that. I like how Ivy decided not to feed, but because she said that she's seen the ancestral well. Is that what they called it? And it was beautiful and amazing. Her dad was there and all that. And then Vincent took her because he actually knows what it looks like and it's terrible. And she's like, "What? No." And then Vincent's like, "Mate, we're going to sort this." And he sorted it out, mate. He said that they draw the powers from the ancestral well, which is great because it sources the power to them all in the present. But what happens to all them up there? Nothing. It drains them. Look at the state of it. It's like a dark, musty world, and now they're going to get the power from the earth, and you know, I think that is good as well. And I like how she died saying that she's seen her dad and she died happy, you know, so that's good. She got like a nice little happy death. Josh, sad death, obviously, didn't want him to die, but it was happy at the end that he managed to go and see his boyfriend. So I think it was a great touch, and I really enjoyed it. And the fun fact that we didn't even see Freya once after she got engaged with Keelan. So that does give me hope that 3 more episodes left, that we do get a wedding in a couple of episodes time, drop it in and just make us all finish happy. So I'm excited, good episode, can't wait for the next one. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's video. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Remember, vote for your most liked and disliked characters in the description below, as well as voting for your best characters, your top 3 for the whole entire Originals franchise. So I can't wait to see those votes. Today's episode was really interesting. We got 2 deaths and one was unexpected for sure, Josh's. I didn't expect that. You know, I feel like we are ticking maybe one person off each episode. You know, we are slowly like decreasing the cast. So I mean, it's really, really interesting. I thought that his death was quite good, that he went to save Marcel. It's quite fitting, really. You know, Marcel was the one that turned him, and then Marcel was the one that killed him accidentally. And I like how Josh said, you know, at first, you know, we kind of didn't have a choice to be part of your crew, but now I consider you my family, friends, you know, and you pretty much like everything to me. And Marcel said same. You know, you've seen how tight they've become over the years. And yeah, Josh, I thought he's been a good reoccurring character. You know, like every show needs a reoccurring one, and he's not been an annoying one. You do get some annoying ones. He's been a good one. I've enjoyed him, and like I said just in the outro there, I really enjoyed the fact that we give him a good send off, not like just one of those ones like Ivy, for example. She's not in the show much, and she got an okay death, to be honest. But because Josh has been in the show, and everybody who's had some sort of relevance has had a pretty good send-off, a nice one anyway. You know, Davina died well, Camille died well, and then obviously you've seen in the Vampire Diaries lots of deaths, and people have good deaths. And then you've got Josh here, who's had a decent impact in the show, and we've not just said, oh, Josh is dead and left him. We've had to give him a decent little send-off, and I'm really happy with that. I actually am really happy with it. Hope's interesting as well. You know, she started desiccating, and she had to, well, kill or whatever, I don't know. She had to attack a lot of people to get rid of the marks on her arms. Now, obviously, by doing that, she nearly killed Haley's boyfriend, or whatever. What's his name now? Connor or something. I always forget his name, actually. Do apologise. She nearly killed him. Klaus luckily saved him with his blood. But we forgot, mate, the guy who was upstairs in the church giving him those files. He was there too. And Hope's actually taken him out. That, you know, it looked like a cupboard fell down and took him out as well. So she's triggered it. Werewolf curse in full effect, mate. Her eyes are turning, was it yellow at the end? There was blue before when she was like, boom, mate, taking all them out. And now they're obviously yellow. And I said it would have been sick if Klaus come down and she stood there as a wolf. But I still do pose the question, why can't she make herself a moonlight ring? She's a sick witch, you know. She's got a Freya as well. That could definitely make her one. So Haley wore one, didn't trigger it. And why can't she? That's all I'm saying. Maybe she does. But again, she could have killed Roman, and she didn't, you know. I thought Roman was quite decent, to be honest, this episode. You know, you do tell the truth when your life's on the line. But then how meaningful is that? Because you can be chatting, you can say anything to try and save your own ass, can't you? And I do like the fact that, obviously, he said he was sorry. And then when she actually spared his life, he actually come back and said, look, you know, when your life's on the line, you can say whatever, and it might not mean anything, but I'm here to say that I truly am sorry for you. And he has lost his mum. So he said, look, you lost your mum, I lost my mum. Now, I totally understand that in the situation, the context of how it happened and all that is totally different. But the reality is, these are 2 kids that both lost their parents. Now, it doesn't matter if his mum was a bitch, because she was. He's still got that pain of losing her, the same as Hope. Now, obviously, he was brainwashed as well. See, this is why I kind of feel like a little bit sorry for him. He was brainwashed into doing these actions, and I feel like he actually really does like Hope. And I don't know if he's going to be in Legacies or not, but I actually don't mind him. And I don't mind Antoinette as well, his sister. And I do like how she done the right thing and didn't stick with her mother's army, you know, like Emmett, that was his name. He extracted Marcel's werewolf venom, and he was going to try and use it on everybody. And Elijah, he has been a bit annoying, and I thought that he was going to go against Klaus and team with these. I actually did, because like I said, like he rang Antoinette, he was saying blah blah blah, and then he had the chessboard and he knocked a pawn over or whatnot, and I thought like that's what he was signalling, that he's going to take Klaus down, but it actually wasn't. You know, he said you need to trust me, and Usually I do trust him, but this season, 50-50, and you know what? I actually didn't know what he was going to do, and I'm glad that he done the right thing and went against him. Hulk come in, smashed all those vials, so hopefully it can't get used on anyone, only Josh now. And then she went out and screamed and took them all down, so, I mean, she's very powerful. Triggered a werewolf curse as well. We've not really seen her transition into being a vampire or do any of that stuff. We've seen her do magic. We've seen her transition now. And now I just can't wait for the third side of it. I'm trying to figure out what is going to be the story for the last 3 episodes. Who is going to be the bad person? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is going to happen? Because Antoinette's gone. Emmett's dead. Greta's dead. And who's left to fight? You know, Vincent as well, right? Usually, I've been consistent now. I'm not a big fan of the witches at all in the originals. But Vincent makes me a fan of them. I really enjoy him. And I actually feel like the witches that are in this season, possibly the last one as well, have not been bad at all. And they just want to be part of the city, be part of the ancestors, and they haven't really got hatred towards the vampires like we seen at the very start with obviously the ancestors. So, I mean, I think he's done a good job in turning me around to not actually mind the witches. Like I said, I still don't know really what story we're going to pursue in the last 3 episodes. I'm still going to rock with Klaus and Marcel dying, don't know why. Just going to go with it. So thanks for clicking on today's video. Hopefully guys enjoy it. If you did, please smash a like, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.